everybody. This is Alone in the Dark podcast. I'm your buddy Matty. We are in episode 128, The Blob.
The Blob.
What's
Matty.
up, Mikey?
What's going on, buddy?
Mikey, what month is it?
It's August. We are like right at the beginning of almost September.
Oh,
We're heading back to school, which is a bummer, but
it's October.
it's October.
It is, man.
And we just did a premature Jack-o'-lantern 5
We did.
to kind of kick off the Halloween season. So technically that was our first Halloween
It was.
themed episode.
So I'm fully in.
And now this is it. This is like our kickoff. So everybody, happy Halloween. We are here and we are excited.
Yeah, baby. We're here. I'm excited to talk about The Blob.
I know. I can't wait to get to that. But like anything, what have you been watching? Anything good?
You know, Mike, Tubi has a bunch of stuff already front-loaded for Halloween, but I keep passing this movie and I kept...
Wait.
What?
Did you see Tubi has a section
Yes.
now called Terror
But
on
every time,
Tubi?
but every time I go in there, it says no content or no thing yet. I don't know.
Oh, no. I was on there last night. And
Okay,
there was a
maybe
ton
they
of
just
stuff.
loaded it in.
Yeah.
But I definitely did see that.
But you used to do that reel, and it was Terror on Tubi.
it was
and I was
terror
like,
on. Can you believe it?
did they see it, Matt?
Someone saw it. How crazy is that?
Well,
though?
you should be getting paid by Tubi because you've
It's
been
easy.
talking about Tubi for years. So.
Yeah, it's easy.
Yeah,
It was
yeah.
too easy. Terror on Tubi.
Oh, anyway. So what did you see on there?
I've passed by this movie 1,000 times. Mike, The Taking of Deborah Logan. It's a found footage movie.
It's a great one.
I haven't seen the whole thing, but I ran about 25, 30 minutes in. It's
Mhm.
just so creepy.
I love that movie.
It really, that woman is creepy. Everything about it's just so unsettling is the word.
Now, that's like a found footage movie.
Yeah.
Did you think that the device of the found footage was...
I think it works for that movie.
I agree.
I definitely do. You can see they're doing the doc or whatever.
Yeah.
So it's legit, but it's so unsettling.
Mhm.
And I know I'm going to be these kind of movies. It's so funny because they're so simple, but they creep me out a little bit.
Oh, yeah. That one definitely does a really good job.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good.
What did you watch? What have you been watching?
You know what? This is fresh, and you probably saw the text chain with
Fresh
our-
Fears, Mike.
Not Fresh Fears. The text chain you saw with John and Jamie from Horror Dads. We have like a little text thread going, but there's a movie that just popped up on Shudder, and
Oh, I know where you're going with this.
it's called Buffet Infinity.
Yes, has a Herrenberger or something on it on the
Yes,
imagery or whatever.
Matt, this isn't for everybody, but if you were in the realm of liking WNUF Halloween Special
Yeah.
or Late Night with the Devil,
Yeah.
you will enjoy this film.
Okay.
And I haven't finished it yet, and not on purpose. I'm like slowly piecing it together when I get free time. I think I told Jamie I'm like 80% in, and I'm probably 85 now because I was watching a little before you arrived tonight. And I want to watch with my daughter because she's really into that kind of like
Yes.
those kind of films. She's like way into that, like the lore of something.
That's cool. Yeah.
So I highly recommend it. It's really cool, but it's like stories told through like a TV broadcast. So like commercials, news clippings.
So very much like WNUF.
So much, but doesn't have any of like, hey, we're gonna go live with a reporter. There's
Okay.
none of that.
All right.
That's all out. It's literally just commercials and like some news broadcasts that doesn't really have like.
So
a
that's the
person.
narrative that they tell the narrative through that.
That's how they tell the
devices.
story,
Okay.
and it's really freaky. Like it's kind of freaky where it goes and how it just gets more and more
Well,
disturbing.
I'm definitely gonna watch.
Yeah.
That's on Shudder. You said.
Shudder just came
All
out,
right.
so that's it. How about a throwback episode?
I was thinking about this, and since we're talking about the Blob, it's a creature, you know. So there's a lost episode. I'm going to call it a lost episode of ours, Mike. It's wedged between 43 and 44.
Huh?
It doesn't have a number even ascribed to it, but it was a little episode we did called "The Thing Is John Carpenter's Best Film."
Yes, that's right. I forgot about
It's
that.
no
one.
number. It's
Yeah.
between 43 and 44. It's like
Yeah.
43A, whatever you want
Mhm.
to call it. But it very much shares DNA with the Blob, so I thought I'd just bring that up for people to go back and check out.
That's a good one.
What about you?
Excellent. I love listening to our Patreon episodes because I think they're fun. I think the most fun we have on Patreon is when we just come up with a concept and we don't really prepare for it too much, and we
Right.
just go in and just go have fun. So you know me, I'm in like premature jack-o'-lantern mode. So I'm in way Halloween mode. So 2 years ago, we did an episode called Halloween Hullabaloo. Do you remember that one?
Yes, I do.
And I have an idea. I think we should do Halloween Hullabaloo too. this
Why
year.
not? Sure.
Especially if you're going to join us at Nightmare Gravity Hill. It's going to be worth getting your take on it. But it was such a fun episode because we literally talk about what we had done from premature jack-o'-lantern to the end of October.
Right.
And it was like a recap of the season.
Yeah.
And it was just like, for me, it was so great to hear all the things you and I did together and just things you did separately. I think that's the year you went to...
I went to Spirit like 7 times or something.
Yeah, you went a lot and I only went twice.
Right.
You went to a Great Adventure with your son
I
and
did.
you didn't go in any of the haunts because it was like too expensive. But it was just fun, like to hear all of the stuff that we did. And I really want us to do another one, maybe on Patreon. But
Okay.
Halloween Hullabaloo, I think it was 2 years ago.
It was, yes.
Yeah,
23 or 24 it was.
And it was just fun.
Yeah.
And it was like literally, I think it was October 30th we recorded it.
Wow.
So it was like right at
So
the
it was
end.
a good, like a summation of what we did.
Because we were like, what are you watching tomorrow? You know
Right.
what I mean? It was like
Yeah.
crazy. Like we were right there, you know?
I like that.
It was cool. So that's it. Yeah.
That's a great
So
idea.
there you go. So, Matt, we are talking about this film from 1988, right?
The Blob.
The Blob. Let's do it.
A generation ago, a classic changed the shape of terror. It's had 30 years to grow bigger, meaner, and faster. Now, through the terrifying vision of the director of Nightmare on Elm Street 3, the Blob is back. Rated R. Now
Terror has no shape, Mike. Scream now while there's still room to breathe.
Yeah.
What do you think of these taglines?
I think they're great. I think it fits the film. You know what I mean? Yeah.
You saw the 58 McQueen version, right?
I did. Yeah. I saw that before this one. Actually.
Definitely.
Yeah. Yeah.
Me
when
too.
did you?
Me
when,
too.
When did you see this one?
Definitely, this was a Mikey D movie. Probably 89.
Because what were we, 14 when this came
Yeah,
out?
so we're like 89-ish
Yeah. Okay. Gotcha.
on VHS.
Yeah,
Rental for sure.
I gravitated to this cover, right? This VHS cover. I remember renting it from West Coast Video and just being like, what is that? You know what I mean? And I knew about the original. And at the time, I don't think I knew it was a remake. But
I was blown away by how good this movie was when I first saw it.
Oh.
Even when I first saw it, I was like,
Yeah.
what happened?
sure. And we'll talk how it's kind of dated a little
Yeah.
bit. But I think back then we were like blown away.
We should have snuck into this movie. We were old enough to try to sneak into this movie.
Dude,
we were.
I would have loved to have seen this in theaters.
I know.
Imagine what a fun experience this would have been.
I can only imagine. That's the only
Oh
thing we
my
can do at this point.
God. Yeah, absolutely. That's all we can do. Yep. Mm-hmm.
So, Mike, so to get ourselves back into the era of
I
19...
can't wait. 88, man.
Yeah,
I
88,
can't wait
Mike.
to see where you're going to go
88.
with this. For some songs here.
I mean, you always build this up so much, but and sometimes I feel like I'm letting you down here. But
You're
so
never letting me
1988,
down.
man, there's a lot of stuff going on. But I got a little mix. I got two songs here. I got a really poppy kind of new wave-ish type song from When in Rome called "The Promise." You know, sorry, but I'm just thinking of the right words to say. You know, so Scott would be singing this song to Vicky, and we'll talk about Scott and Vicky later on. But as he gets her liquored up, telling her that she's wearing his promise ring.
Yes,
and
that he has hundreds of.
Yeah, he's a really, really bad dude.
Yeah.
But I think he'd be playing this for Vicky in the car, maybe.
Okay.
And the other one I'm going to play for The Town. Okay, and this one's by Poison, one of our groups that we know quite well.
I love Poison.
It's called Look But You Can't Touch, Mike.
Oh, all right.
Because they're looking at the blob, they're amazed by it. But God, you can't go near this thing.
Yeah.
You can't touch it. You'd be part of it. You become part of it, and you're done.
Yeah.
Right? So you can look, but you can't touch. Because the best things in life ain't cheap. No, they definitely. But you want to be alive to experience cheap things and expensive things.
Yeah,
you know?
definitely.
So look, but you can't touch, Mike.
That's perfect, dude. Those are really two good choices there.
Yeah,
I
not
love it.
bad.
Yeah,
so, Mike,
it's
I got some
excellent.
reviews of this. The reviews I found, man, there's some wonky reviews of this.
I could see that there'd be a lot of critics that were not into this film.
So I just pulled two really quick ones, and these aren't like really like huge mega critics. I should go on and get like legit reviews from papers. I think I'm going to start doing that sometimes.
Yeah.
This is a really hard movie to get into because it simply isn't an either very exciting or very interesting one to watch. Like, who writes this? Lackluster, too much of a bore. This is not necessarily because there aren't enough killings or action happening, but more because there's never really a good sense of danger in the movie.
Huh.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know why. And another one, not a minute goes by without something exciting happening. So this is the person with a completely different view.
Nothing exciting happened.
If you're looking for solid escapist entertainment, then The Blob is for you.
Oh, okay.
Much better.
That's good.
Right?
Yeah.
This person's essentially undoing what the last person
Right.
said.
I agree with that. That's great.
So, opinions fly everywhere, here and there, and people have them, and you're all entitled to them. But it's amazing how people see the same film so differently.
Oh, yeah. Especially critics and reviewers.
Always blows me away.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, Matt. So we're going to do our my stupid little segment here.
Don't say stupid. I love this.
Horror by, well, I always mess it up. So this one I triple checked it. We're not going to mess up.
Horror by the numbers.
All right, Matt. $10 million, the reported production budget per director Chuck Russell.
Yeah.
And the film was originally budgeted around 10 to 15 million with a significant portion allocated to visuals and effects.
I can imagine, yeah.
Yeah. This is the sad part, Matt. 8.2 million was the box office gross.
Total.
Below the budget. So that's not good. It was a box office failure, grossing only 8.2 million against its budget of approximately $10 million. That's so sad.
It is.
150, the size of the cast and crew during the Louisiana shoot.
Wow.
Production began on January 11th, 1988, with the cast and crew of approximately 150 staying at a travel lodge in Aberville, Louisiana.
Dude, does this feel anything like Louisiana?
No. Feels like Colorado.
Well, that's where it's supposed to be somewhere. Like
Yeah,
Arborville, right? Arborville, Colorado, or somewhere.
Well, it's supposed to be definitely a ski town, so
Yeah.
So it doesn't feel like that at all. Crazy, right? 95 is the runtime in minutes, Matt. 33, the number of people on the special effects crew.
Wow.
And we're going to talk about that because, as we know, this film is loaded. Gardner ended up running a crew of 33, including artist Chet Zar and mechanical effects designer Bill Sturgeon. 30, the anniversary of the original 1958
Yes, it was. That's
Blob,
right.
30 years later that they made this film.
Yep.
So that's kind of cool, the connection between...
It says that in the trailer, as a matter of fact.
That's right. It did say that. 7.5, Matt, hours of makeup prep actor Del Close.
Del Close was the preacher.
The preacher at the end when he had his melted face and stuff.
Yep.
7.5 hours he had to sit in the chair just for that one shot or
Crazy.
one scene, right? Jumping down to 2, Matt. Extra editors Chuck Russell brought on to finish the cut in time for the release. They were rushing to get
So
it out.
they've hired an extra editor
Yeah.
to cut. Wow.
2 extra editors.
Wow.
Yeah. 1, the single elderly can man whose sacrificial hand touch kicks off the entire massacre.
He essentially is Jordy Verrill.
He really is.
Can man, what are you doing?
Oh,
What are you
man.
doing? So, Mike, this movie made $2.5 million its opening weekend. You said it reached 8, but
So you would think $2.5 million for 88. That probably seemed promising, don't you think?
possibly.
I guess it depends on how many
But-
screens it was in.
See, TriStar Pictures was reeling, Mike. They had a Seventh Sign, which is that Demi Moore movie.
Yes.
Short Circuit 2,
Mm-hmm.
barely even break even. Rambo 3 comes out. Red Heat. All these things are performing below expectations. So
Yeah.
TriStar is just stumbling.
Yeah, they're not doing well.
So Demi Moore, a cute robot sequel, Arnold vehicle, Sylvester Stallone. All of these huge things that you could count on
Right.
were disappointments now.
Yeah.
So wouldn't it have been nice for this great little movie, which with love, care, so many crew members. You just talked about 7.5 hours just for one makeup thing. I mean, they were committed, man, to
Oh
make a
my
really
God.
great movie. Wouldn't it be great if it picked up the box office slack for the struggling TriStar?
If it was successful, it would have been a really, really big home run for them, you know?
Instead, just pissed off everybody and
Oh, so sad.
contributed to the failure. Mike, by the way, director Chuck Russell passed away recently. So
Yes.
I've got to say, rest
Rest in peace to him. And, we're huge fans of Nightmare 3, obviously. and
Absolutely.
what an amazing film.
He
And
did Eraser with Arnold after this. He did a lot of really quality work.
when I think of Freddy, large Freddy swallowing, what's her name? It reminds me of this movie a little bit, just the effects. You know what I mean? It's just got that sort of thing. So what do you think of the opening, Matt?
Opening's great. Again, Arborville, Colorado.
Yeah.
And here we are in Louisiana. You're
Right,
saying. It
Louisiana.
just doesn't track for me.
So strange.
But Mike, I'm thrown by the beginning of this movie because they're showing a lot of. You're wondering what time of year it is.
Well, the
The football game is going on.
Well, you don't know. That's what I was going to say.
It comes later, right?
But I love how they show the town, and it almost looks like it's
There's
a ghost
establishing
town. It's
shots.
abandoned.
Yes, it is abandoned. But there's also a pre-ski sale.
Yes.
There's a Christmas tree clearly in the window of the ski shop. No, I don't know if it was left from last year.
Probably.
But it's still there.
Yeah, but I've been at shops, Matt, where people have just left decorations up, like their heart isn't into it.
I know, but
so-
the ski shop's gearing up. You're thinking it's at least like November, right? Maybe, or
I would
not,
say
but not
October.
pre.
Yeah.
But it's pre-Halloween. This
Yeah.
movie.
Yeah,
This
that's
is an
right.
early October movie.
Yeah.
But it's crazy to me because I just the beginning is very revealing.
But don't you think that's cool that they fake the audience
Yes.
into saying like this town is completely
Yes.
like it's just empty, but then you realize everyone's at the football game.
Yes.
Like a very small town thing to do. You know what I mean?
Well, Meg's mom also tells her son, make sure you put your jacket on, like so
Yeah.
you can know it is cold.
It's
or
getting colder.
cold, right?
Yeah.
If it's Colorado, you're damn right. In
Oh, yeah.
October, it's cold.
Absolutely.
You would know more than anybody.
yeah,
you
yeah,
lived there
totally.
for years.
But Colorado's funny. Like it can be 70 degrees in October.
But that's
you know what I
movie magic. It's
Yeah,
supposed to be
that's true.
Colorado. We're in Louisiana.
Right.
That's nuts.
mean? Yeah, that's pretty nuts. Yeah.
So we're going through these scenes, Mike, and flirting at the diner. I call this next scene. You have Fran. Fran's this diner owner, and she owns the local diner. Here in walks Sheriff Geller, who's played by character actor that we know very well from The Walking Dead.
Yes.
One of Frank Darabont's regulars. By the way, Frank Darabont wrote this.
Yeah,
And
that's right.
by the way, him and Chuck Russell, you know where they met? They worked together on Hell Night in 1981.
Oh my God, Hell Night.
They're
That's
both on the crew.
awesome.
Yeah, they met back then.
Oh, that's so cool.
How
I
cool
love
is that?
That's excellent.
So Fran, Mike, she's so cute, man. She's selfless. She's one of the only ones that's kind of Brian,
Right.
who's
Yeah.
Kevin Dillon's
Yeah.
character.
He comes in for food
Yeah,
later.
she makes them food even when they're closed. Like
Yeah.
she's just very kind, right? But she has to kind of, she kind of has to blow off the sheriff, because in walks Jeffrey DeMunn, who's like I said from Walking Dead, The Mist. He's in The Mist also.
Yep.
He comes in and he's like this great character actor, and he's not this badass sheriff in town. He's a kind of a meek, calm guy. He comes in because he's kind of flirting with Fran.
Yeah.
Like
of
he's
course.
trying to, hey, what are you doing? I got
Well,
we'll go to
there's
the
like a
thing.
band playing.
We'll go to
and
the
all this-
country place. Yeah,
Yeah,
we'll do
yeah.
some square dancing, whatever it is.
Yeah.
And and she kind of has to like let him down gently, like, no, I gotta work.
Yeah.
I can't go. And he's just kind of like this tender thing where he's like, oh, he's so disappointed.
I know.
You know what I mean? He's not this gruff guy where he's like, oh, screw this. Like, I'm gonna go be my
Yeah.
badass self. He's not.
No.
And I love that, man. I'm going to talk a lot about masculinity in this movie, Mike, because men characters in the 80s were really treated very, very much toxic in a toxic fashion. And there is one character in this movie that completely that realizes the toxic masculinity to its form. But if you look at other male characters in this,
They're all
very much
sweethearts.
going right against the grain
Yeah.
of masculinity and
Yeah.
what it was in the 80s. So
Yeah.
I really want to.
No, that's something important to bring up. What about Brian's jump? I think that's really funny.
So Mike, Brian is not a stuntman, is what I call that scene.
No.
He's
No.
not a stuntman.
And I feel like
His jump.
has he ever ridden a motorcycle before?
I don't think so. He doesn't even know how to hold it upright. Right? You can see
No.
Kevin Dillon struggling with this.
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah.
Maybe a half hour before they rolled, he's like, I'm going to try this.
Yeah.
But the way he backs up, like it's going to be this cool scene. It's gearing up to be. Like, uh-oh, here we go.
Yeah.
He backs it up and you cross-cut it with the crowd at the football stadium cheering. It's
Yes.
almost, it's such a cool
It's very edited
device.
very well. It's really
like
cool.
they're cheering for
Yes.
Brian
Yes.
to make this, But Mike, the crowd is not there for Brian, Mike.
No.
His motorcycle sputters. And boot any By the way, his name is Brian Flagg, and anybody obsessed with Stephen King, Randall Flagg is the bad guy in The Stand.
Oh, okay.
So I think they got his name.
Oh, that's cool.
'cause we're
Little
dealing with
tribute.
Darabont, and we're dealing with
Yeah.
So there's he had something to do with writing it.
So
So,
they're-
he's planting these things.
Yeah,
in
yeah.
there.
Yeah.
And he dropped from references. Anyway, the whole
Well, what I don't understand is
I laughed so hard when
in the beginning of the movie he goes to jump over the bridge and it's flat. There's no ramp or anything.
No,
When he-
what is he jumping?
It's jumping over just they literally just fell through. So what is he like?
That
How does he
rickety
expect to
bridge.
make it if he doesn't have a ramp to go over?
I don't know. It's really kind of like Cabin in the Woods. Like,
But the
where are
ramp's
you
there in
going?
the end, so it doesn't. It's very strange.
I
But
know.
anyway, so he goes and does he chicken out or does he just like
no, he just wipes out.
he
Like
just
it's-
eats shit?
Yeah, he does. He wipes out really badly.
And there is an audience member
And
there.
Can Man is there.
Yes.
Right. He sees this. And I almost thought in this movie that he would do a clap.
Right,
You
just
know what I mean?
something,
A
yeah.
little like reaction or something. By the way, Trash Can Man in The Stand is one of Randall Flagg's most devoted followers. So here you have Can Man. All of this stuff is factoring.
Interesting.
Stand references
Wow,
everywhere. in
that's
this
so
movie.
cool.
Yeah, it is cool.
That's awesome.
So Mike, you have Kevin Dillon. You have his mullet. I want to see if this skews your view of how this is. It's a hair extension. Does that change the way you view this movie at all?
You would think that Dylan would have this hair
Right.
back in the day.
Why does he
right?
need an extension for this?
Yeah, it's crazy.
But does that change? Because all they talk about is his mullet in this movie.
yeah.
Does that change?
It does a little bit now that I know
really
that.
does.
It kind of sucks. It's just like
It's like if somebody told you Tim Capella didn't play the sax.
right,
in Lost Boys. So
exactly. Yeah.
every side is something similar.
Can we talk about Moss's garage, Matt? Because I love the fact that Kevin Dillon shows up to Moss's garage like it's Christine, and he's just, "Hey, can I borrow your tools?" He's talking to the guy Moss, and Matt, the guy Moss gives him his only socket wrench.
I know.
This is the only auto mechanic in town.
The only
and he's
guy.
giving his socket wrench.
Do you think he doesn't have another one?
I don't think so.
Probably not.
So who is this guy Moss that he's just tossing out
He
tools?
knows. But again, here's another guy who's actually nice to
Very
Brian.
nice.
Right? So we got Fran. At least he has Fran and this guy,
Yeah.
Moss, right?
Mhm.
Anyway, so Evil Knievel, I don't think he's going to be trying those jumps anymore, Mike.
No.
But, Mike, let's go to the scene shortly after the one you just said. So drugs, I call it drugstore condoms.
I call it Scott Likes Ribbed.
Scott likes ribbed. He certainly does. This is a spiritual sequel to the Vincent Drug
Yes.
scene.
Not as cool as Vincent Drug, but
No, it isn't. Not at all. But
the interaction is.
Yeah, the interaction. The one football jock's buying condoms from the pharmacist, who, of course, his daughter is Meg, and he'll be taking out on a date soon. I think it's Paul, right?
Paul
it's
is.
Paul.
Yep.
Yeah.
Paul's the good guy, yeah.
And then, of course, Daddy, I'd like you to meet my friend Paul. And he turns around and he's got this newspaper.
Yeah, I love he lowers
and he
the
goes,
newspaper.
Ribbed.
But in the pharmacy,
I love that actor, too. He's so good.
Yeah. In the pharmacy, it's great because Scott is like getting the courage to go get the condoms.
Like Brady, right? That's why I said it's similar.
And he goes up and he's confident with the pharmacist and he's waiting. The guy's going to get the ribbed, or he's going to get the condoms.
Well, Paul isn't. Remember, he's the nice guy. He's doing it for the other guy.
Right.
Right.
But Paul's like in the background.
Yes.
He's just hanging. But Scott is the one that's getting the condoms for himself because he's got Vicky.
But he tells the pharmacist he's getting them.
No, he tells the reverend. Remember, the
Oh,
reverend
right.
shows up.
But the father finds out, which is why he says ribbed.
Yeah, of course.
Yes.
But the fact that I love the fact of the reverend showing up.
That's right. He shows up.
And then the guy comes up and he's like, "Do you want regular or ribbed?" And he's like, "Oh, it's for my buddy." You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like, it's all
exactly.
Oh,
I expected the
gosh.
killer clowns to walk into this pharmacy
Yeah, totally.
with their big guns.
Absolutely.
So, Mike, let's get to the scene where the blob comes in.
Can Man in the hand, right?
Yeah, I mean, so it's climbing up the Can Man's stick, and then of course it attaches. It goes right up into his arm.
Do you know how they did that, by the way?
No,
It's really cool.
is it a reversal? Is it a reverse
It's
shot?
reverse,
Yeah, I tell you, that works every time.
It's so cool. And they do it a lot. I'm going to point out a couple times. They
it's
do
so
this reverse
good.
shot. But yeah, he pokes it. They had the stuff on his hand already, and then they just had the effects guys pull it back.
It's
you know what I mean?
so good.
And it just, they reversed the shot and it looked like it jumped on his arm.
When speaking of jump, I love how they form cut to the kid slurping the
Yes,
Jello.
Yes.
Right after that. I love
that.
stuff like that.
Oh my gosh.
So later, the hobo startles Brian because he's trying to cut off his arm with the
Yep.
blob on it. Right
Mhm.
now, but remember, they just saw each other when he did his awful
Yeah. The
attempted jump.
Yep. Mhm.
So they're kind of have these interactions. Him and Can Man kind of have these interactions in the beginning of the movie. But man, that thing slips right back over his arm, man. It's crazy.
Reverse shot
crazy
again.
Good.
I have to jump back, Matt. I call it the slice and dice flick. When Meg's brother and his friend are in the kitchen.
Yes.
It just made me think of you and Mikey D back in the day, like you at your house with
Yeah.
your mom.
Right.
And your mom's like, "What are you doing tonight?" And you're like, "Oh." And Mikey's like, "We're going to go watch Evil Dead 2.
Exactly.
Your mom's probably like, "Nah, I don't think that's a good idea." I just pictured you, little Maddie, and your friend Mikey D in your kitchen, you know what I mean, having
Yeah.
that same discussion.
On those little 13-inch TVs.
It's
that
a
we had.
slice and dice flick, you know what I mean?
Slice and dice.
Oh, it's so great.
That's cool, man. That's a great memory, though.
It's a good, yeah.
Because I love those little kitchen TVs.
Oh my God, yeah.
I mean, everyone had one.
Well, we got one right there. You know what I
Well,
mean?
yeah, but
Mhm.
this is actually pretty high tech for a kitchen TV.
It is, yeah, totally.
So, Mike, Paul makes a phone call. So Paul and Meg end up. He picks Meg up, right? Ribbed. That whole thing happens.
Yes. They're driving.
They don't have much of a date.
No, they basically they're on their way to somewhere to get food or something.
They're on their way to get food, whatever. Anyway, great line alert here, Mike. Meg, this reminds me of Halloween 2 when the kid's got his razor in his mouth because the man has something on his hand, some kind of acid or something, Meg says. And
Oh, you're
nurse
talking
goes,
about in the hospital.
does he have Blue Cross?
Yeah.
It's like, can you please wait in room A? It's like Jill, like directing the kid with the razor in his mouth. Can you, Dr. Mixer's busy.
Matt,
Go sit in there.
does anyone know what they're doing in this hospital, honestly? Because the nurse, like you said, is so bitchy.
Oh my God.
She basically, as soon as she hears that something's wrong with this guy, something odd, there's acid, her first reaction is to bring up insurance.
Yes.
The doctor's, like talking to someone and he's like, "Someone's dying." And the doctor's just
Incredible.
like, "I have a patient." It's like,
yes.
Are you fucking kidding me
I know.
right now?
It's absolutely unbelievable.
There's, Matt, one of those things that I always say that I never noticed before. I have it. Before that, when they're in the road and the can man like runs in and hits the car, right?
Yes.
And then Brian comes out from the woods and they put the can man in the car. There's a scene you have to watch. I don't know if you noticed this time around.
I know exactly what scene you're talking about, but go ahead.
They put the can man in the back seat. Brian gets in. They have like a bucket seat, I guess, in the front. You remember those old cars that had the big long bench?
Yeah.
Brian immediately sits next to Meg and he puts his arm around her. And he has this look on his face like, Yeah, baby. You know
He's
what I mean?
a brazen dude, Brian.
But like they've kind of made it clear in the movie that they haven't talked since like second grade or something.
Yes.
But I'm convinced that in first grade they went to a dance together and like made out or something. Because
I bet you're right.
why would Brian like act that way? And there's a scene in the hospital when Brian leaves. You watch Meg's face.
Yeah.
She's like looks sad. That
There's
definitely
there's
some
familiarity
tension.
there. There's
Yeah,
some comfort and familiarity
Yes.
and a little bit of history. Like innocent, like you said, first grade type
Yes.
history. You're right. Yeah.
And this is talking about the hospital again. Why would the nurse give Meg a
Mag.
a book long paperwork
I know.
for her to fill out for somebody they don't
She
even know the
doesn't.
guy's
She's not
name?
related. Like we're trying to do a good thing here, a good Samaritan thing. Why am I filling
What
out
is-
all of his paperwork?
What is she filling out, Matt? What could she possibly fill out?
There's nothing to fill out anyway because when they go there, he's already half dissolved.
Yes, under the blanket.
Thanks to the doctors,
Oh,
really
what a cool
timely.
effect, though.
It's a great effect,
Dude.
It's nasty.
When Paul rips that blanket
Yes,
off.
when he rips the sheet
oh
off.
my God.
It is nasty.
Oh,
So then, of course, Paul goes in to call the sheriff, and the suspense is immediately ratcheted up in this scene, Mike.
Oh, yeah.
It's incredible. The score starts rising, and the score is very, not absent, but very much in the background.
yes. It's
Just
not
kind of
yeah,
atmosphere, right?
It's not overblown or anything like that. It's really
And of
really
course,
well done.
behind Paul, we see the audience sees the blob.
Yes.
Paul does not see it because
So
his back
cool.
is to it.
What a cool
But on the
shot.
wall, the thing starts crawling behind it, and you're like, "Oh my god!"
It's almost like Sam in Trick or Treat when he's at the
Yeah, that's a good. Yeah, when he crawls above Brian Cox's
Yeah.
head. Yes.
Mhm.
We get a few of the drips of the burn and the acid, like in the wood right
Yes.
next to him or
Yes.
whatever. And that desk is thick and it's like burning right through that stuff, like it's nothing. And of course, he looks up.
Oh,
And then I love the way they cut away, right?
yeah.
And then we just hear his guttural scream.
Yes.
And that's so much, to me, that's so much better. But then, of course, when they come back and Meg
Ooh, Meg
comes back in,
Holy shit.
I needed to see this.
yes.
The
We're
world
curious.
needed to see this.
We're all curious at that moment. And then when they reveal it,
It's completely enveloped Paul, completely. And he's reaching toward her.
yes.
And she grabs his hand that's not
yeah.
that the blob hasn't taken over yet.
Right.
Of course, and then she pulls his
Pulls it
arm
right out.
because it just dissolves his whole arm the way it dissolved half the can man a couple
Yeah.
of minutes ago.
So that effect, Matt, was so cool when the blob is covering his face.
It's incredible, stretched out like taffy. It's almost like the Thing a little bit.
Yeah. But I'm going to make you laugh for a second here. I couldn't help this time but think about Pee Wee Herman when he put like the tape all over his
Oh,
face
my
and pulling back his
Your
face.
references tonight are on point, Mike.
But I'm telling you, like it really reminds me of that scene with Pee Wee because his nose is like pulled back and Paul's nose is pulled back and his cheeks are pulled back. It really, like I'm telling you,
you're killing this scene. For
I'm
so
sorry,
many
I
people.
love this scene, but
Mike, this might be the best scene in the movie.
it really is, and that's why they put it on the cover of the poster.
I mean, this might be the scene of the movie.
Yeah.
For me.
Mm-hmm.
And now I have to think of Pee Wee Herman.
I'm sorry. Sorry I ruined it for you.
Mike, can we just talk about Paul for a minute?
Yeah.
Donovan Leaked Jr. Mike, do you know who his father is?
I think I looked this up and I
Mike,
forget.
his father is Donovan.
Oh my gosh,
His
that's
father
right.
is Season of the
That's
Witch.
right.
Hurdy-gurdy
Oh,
man.
That's
Mellow
so
Yellow.
cool.
Donovan.
That's
You
awesome.
know who his sister is?
No.
Ione Sky.
Really?
That's Donovan's daughter.
Wow.
Donovan had some good batch of kids.
Yeah, I guess so. He's a
Um,
handsome kid too. You know?
Yeah, he's a handsome kid. But Mike, let's look at. We talked about masculinity before.
Mm-hmm.
He's a football player. Okay. Local stud cakes football jock, wide receiver. His conversation with his center on the bench is just like I mentioned Halloween 4 in the pharmacy. The conversation that takes place on the bench of the football bench is more like Wade and
that's true. Yeah.
and what's his name?
Brady.
And Brady.
Yeah.
Because the center says, look at her, man. I think she wants your body. You got to ask her out, Paul. And he goes, take a shot, for Christ's sake. He even says take a shot.
Yeah.
Right? Paul goes, I'm going to ask her out
It's gotta be
when the
right
time is right.
Yeah, when the time is right.
Timing is everything.
Yeah,
This
yeah.
is literally Paul's line.
Yeah.
My timing's got to be primo. It doesn't say primo, but it
Right.
says timing
Yeah,
is
yeah,
everything.
yeah.
Mike, he ends up getting tackled and crushed out of bounds.
Yes.
By the
Yeah.
opposing player. And when he looks up, he coyly asks Meg out.
Yeah.
Right? He's not this, again, just like the sheriff wasn't this hard ass sheriff. He's this coy guy who's nervous to ask Meg out.
Right, exactly.
He's not the cocksure.
No. And
you know,
isn't that nice of like a kid who's not like super, like you said?
I think this film surprises you so many times with men and how they're represented in 1988.
I think the characters are really well written and they're nice. They're like really nice males in this, besides Scott, which we should get to his ring.
Yeah, we'll get to him when he gets to that scene. But Mike, even when he shows up at the house, he gets misunderstood for ribbed.
Yeah.
That wasn't him.
No.
And his date turns into, helping an injured homeless guy and taking him to the hospital, and only to get killed.
Yeah, and he's dead.
He's dead.
Yeah.
But everything he did was altruistic.
Right.
Like everything he did. He wasn't like trying to get in her pants.
No, he wasn't selfish.
Nothing.
Yeah. No.
So I think we have to discuss that because I think it's so important to talk about how starkly this stands out from the other men of the 80s.
I wonder if this
movies.
was like a person that he's kind of basing from his life, Chuck Russell, you know what I mean? Like
I don't know, man. But magnanimous, noble, like you don't describe men in the 80s like this.
Yeah.
But yet Paul is that.
Yeah.
And so might Jeffrey DeMunn's Sheriff Geller be. So
Yeah.
crazy, man.
And now let's talk about the opposite character.
Well, but we didn't get to that scene yet. You want to get to that scene now?
Well,
you want to
no.
skip forward?
Yeah. Well, what else do you have to talk about? We just talked about the hospital.
Well, okay. We can get there, sure. So Scott and Vicky get a little sticky. By the way, the one deputy, when Kevin Dillon gets taken in, he's the guy from that X-Files episode, Paul McCrane. He's Leonard Betts.
Oh, that's right.
He's the guy who's
Oh
like
my
really
God.
treating him like a hard ass. He's the hard ass that you would think would be the sheriff.
Yeah, exactly.
Right?
Yeah.
He's like, he goes, and Sheriff Geller goes, any luck with his mom? He goes, I can't seem to find her. Deputy Briggs goes, that's not unusual, is it? She takes little vacations with her pal Johnny Walker Red, and anyone else who happens to be around, huh, Brian? Of course, we can call his dad if anyone knew who that was. Like he's like
He's
an
such
ass,
an
that guy.
asshole about
He
it.
really is. He goes, and Brian goes, hey, call a shrink. I'm a broken man. I love that little stuff, man. But Scott and Vicky, Mike. So Scott is the toxic masculine guy in this movie.
Oh my God.
I mean,
what an ass.
they're make out point, whatever, in the town, and Vicky's obviously drunk already because Scott he's got a trunk
full of booze,
and like a little bar.
He's got like a hand mixer to like stir.
Yes, he does. Cherry coolers, Mike.
Yes.
Okay, that's his specialty.
Is it in a briefcase?
It's in a
trunk?
briefcase. He's got it very organized.
And we forgot to mention, I meant to mention before at the pharmacy, what's the other thing he buys besides the condoms, Matt? Do you remember?
I don't.
Banaka. Do you remember
Oh,
Banaka?
the spray, yes. The good
Do
the
they
breath
still
spray.
make that?
I doubt it.
My dad used to have that.
I know,
all the
but I
time.
think they found out that there was like bad stuff in that.
Maybe.
There
But-
must have been.
But in that, when he goes to get the drink, the last thing he does is he takes the Banaka and he squirts
Yeah.
real quick before he goes back to Vicky, which I think is hilarious.
I mean, Mike, his trunk is lavishly set up as a rapist's laboratory.
Oh
Mike.
yeah, it's a date rape
Is what it
special
is.
for sure.
He mixes up potential drinks that will neutralize, incapacitate, tear down a woman's defense. This guy is dirty. He's a scumbag. You're wearing my ring, he says. That makes you my girl. That's got to count for something, right?
Oh, my
like he's
God.
playing that
Ew.
card to a drunk woman in his front seat. So I love when he goes for the little feel.
Yeah.
And what happens, Mike? Little slimy tendrils
Yes.
coil around his arm.
Mm-hmm.
And Vicky's face just collapses.
Yes.
It just
Sucks in.
caves in. It's
Yeah.
amazing. One of the most amazing effects in this movie.
By the way, do you know who that actress is, Vicky, who
I
plays
don't.
Vicky? Do you remember Baywatch? There was a regular
So
character.
Baywatch would have been after this.
Yeah. So there's
Yeah.
a regular character called Shawnee.
It's not Erica Laniak, though. It's not her.
No,
No.
there was a character called Shawnee. And
Okay.
It's her. She was on it regularly. She
Okay.
was like a regular on there.
So
but-
she was a
but
Baywatch
she looked,
babe after this.
Yeah, she looked familiar to me, you know?
But man, they don't show a lot here. Because, I mean, they show a lot with her face.
No.
But then the way his feet kick through the glass.
Yes.
I mean, this is body horror. Like,
Oof.
really bad. Mike, I really think Scott's like one of all the scumbags of the 80s guys in horror movies. He might be one of the worst.
He might be. We should definitely have a vote on this.
we should. That's not my hot take, by the way. But
Yeah.
Scott, I could make that my
You
word.
could.
Like Scott is the biggest scumbag
You could,
in 80s
honestly.
It's, male
Yeah.
toxic masculinity. But anyway, he's got next to the bar setup, the rapist laboratory, as I said. He's got a cigar box full of rings, Mike.
Yes.
He's done this how many
Oh.
times and with how many different ladies?
Right. How many ladies are in this town,
I
by
mean,
the way?
you've
This is a
gotta be
small town. So
kidding
he
me.
must have gone through the whole town already.
I mean, you're a ring, my girl. You can only imagine how many times he's pulled this, Mike.
Oh, it's so
But my
gross.
only complaint is that we should get to see Scott die horribly. Why is he the guy
I
that the
know.
camera pulls away
I
from
know.
and kicks through the glass? He should have gotten Paul's
Yes. Yeah.
right?
Yeah, he should have. Yeah, why is Paul the one
Why is Paul
that
so
gets the
maimed?
most disturbing death in the movie? But
Right?
Scott, we don't really see. We can imagine, but it's not good enough.
No.
No, it's not. Yeah.
Oh, my God.
How about in the police station? I know we talked about it, but
We did, but it's so good.
when Brian licks the cop's
Oh,
face.
my God.
That's the best.
That comes out of nowhere.
Well, the cop gets so close to him.
Well, he does. But
and Brian's like,
but
what the
what?
fuck, dude?
I guess that'll make him stop not get
Yeah,
close
that's
to
what
him.
he was just like, get the fuck out of my face.
But the
You
way
know
he
what I mean?
goes,
I think it's great.
it's
dude.
like half sensual. It's weird.
I
It's
know,
really weird.
but it's kind of funny. I think it's good. Yeah.
Mike, Fran has a plumbing problem.
Oh,
So we cut to this wonderful waitress we talked about before,
Yep.
really so gingerly letting down the sheriff for a date,
Yep.
even though she wants to date him.
yeah.
She's just committed to her job, this poor lady. And so the cook in the kitchen starts plunging the sink,
Yeah, because the sink is clogged. and-
reaches his arm down there.
Mhm.
But it's great because there's a false scare there. You think he's going to get yanked
Yeah.
down but he doesn't,
Right.
right? There's this whole little pause thing first. Then, of course, it grabs his face instead. Instead of grabbing his arm,
Yes.
he gets out of it. And you're like, oh, damn. And you're like, your heart settles for a minute.
Yeah.
And then this pink thing shoots out and grabs his face and sucks it into the drain.
Guess what?
What?
Reverse video.
Is that the reverse?
The actor started with his head in the sink.
Amazing.
Headstand.
Really?
And then jumped back out.
That's perfect.
Isn't that
But
crazy?
it's so well done.
But it doesn't look reverse at all.
I mean, reverse works every time. Think of Christine Show Me. Like
Yeah.
the reverse things, there's nothing like reverse. And
know.
it's practical.
Yeah. That's
You don't
all
need
practical.
digital effects for that.
No, it's so great. It's so great.
Man.
All
Anyway,
right.
Mike, the pipe, I love it's in the trailer too, and the pipe bulges out.
Yes.
You see the
yes.
show underneath the sink and stuff. So Brian and Meg are there anyway. I love when he goes, great, I killed the strawberry jam or something. He's like, he's got the hatchet or whatever.
Yes, with the accent too.
But where do they go, Mike, to hide? They go in the,
they
which
go in
gives
the
you,
they go in the sewer.
they go in the freezer.
Oh, in the freezer. That's
Because
right.
we know that's a little bit of a foreshadowing for what's going to happen
Yes.
toward the end of the movie.
Well, yes,
right?
we know we're going to figure out what's going to
Because the
stop
blob,
this
you
thing.
could see it going under the door, and
then
it stops.
Yeah, it stops.
and it
yeah.
retreats.
Mm-hmm.
And we're like, oh,
Yeah.
okay. Well, there you go.
Yep.
So poor Fran, she escapes. She gets out in the alleyway. She goes
To make a phone call.
into the phone booth.
Basically,
Fateful phone booth.
basically, she's walking into a coffin.
That's exactly what she's doing.
Yeah.
And this scene is, again, another actor who didn't deserve this nasty death. But the worst thing is, Mike, is that
What does she see?
what does she see? She sees a decomposed Herb,
Yeah.
which is now like just pieces of him.
And we don't see him die, right?
No,
'Cause
we don't.
I had to go back. I actually
don't
went
see
back
him.
and I was like, wait, did I miss him
We
dying?
don't. But we know he's dead.
Yeah, of
We know
course.
he's dead.
Oh, yeah.
But how great is it that, I mean, how horrible is
How
it? that-
great is it?
No, it's horrible. For Fran, like, to see, like, just pieces of him, like his face.
I know.
And it's right outside the booth glass.
Yeah.
And, of course, we know what's going to happen. As you said, the coffin is going to collapse,
Yes.
Mike, because the pressure from the blob, it just,
Yep.
and it's just, Fran is just
I know. So sad. All these nice people.
consumed by this
Yep.
thing. It's so
Mhm.
gross, Mike. But you see, I think there's an above the
Yeah, there is.
head shot,
There is,
right?
yeah.
As it collapses,
Yep.
it's an amazing effect.
Yeah.
Like, they don't spare anything on these
No.
effects.
No, they don't.
But then they're gratuitous, but in a way, they're very tasteful. I don't know how to explain that. I know it doesn't make any sense for me saying it like that, but do you feel that way?
I do.
It's not like in a Terrifier way where
No.
you're tearing people's
No,
skin
no,
off.
no, no.
It's gross what's happening, but it's really, really
I
compelling.
feel like
the way
it's
they do it
what
in the
they
story.
show and how long they show it for. It's just
I
kind
agree.
of perfect. You know what I mean? It's
I
kinda
agree.
in and out. Matt, we meet somebody that might be just as bad as Scott. coming up. Dr.
Meddows. Joe Seneca, who we saw in Crossroads with
Yes.
Ralph Macchio.
That's
and
right.
Having the Steve Vai
Great actor.
stuff at the end of the movie there. I mean,
But we think he's a nice guy at the beginning, don't we?
he doesn't, well, he's not in the beginning. He's not in it till he doesn't enter till like
No.
60% of the movie's done.
I know. But he shows up and he's telling the kids, like, this is what's going on and this is why we're here. He's giving them all the
He knows,
information.
though, Mike. He knows what's going on, right? And not only does he know what's going on, everyone is expendable, right? Matter of fact, that's far more important than a handful of people in this small town. So a whole nation's lives are at stake. Way more important than a handful of people in this town. They're the sacrifices
Yep.
for the greater good.
Yes. Mhm.
Who is he to make that decision? He's playing God here,
Yeah.
Dr. Meddows.
Right.
He really is, in all intents and purposes. I want that organism alive. What about the civilians? They're expendable.
They're expendable.
So
Terrible.
we know exactly where he's at, Mike.
Oh, so sad.
Anyway, the movies, Mike. The Blob goes to the movies.
Well, I love when they cut to this scene you think it's part of the film.
Yes.
You're like, oh, this is like new characters in the Blob.
Wasn't there a movie scene in the original too? I feel like there was.
There is, because there's a whole, that's
Right?
the movie theater where
Exactly.
the Blob comes out. That's like
Yes.
kind of a cool effect.
Yes.
But I love how they cut to that scene and you don't know you're watching a movie within the movie.
Yes.
And then they show the kid, the kids sitting in the seats. I think that's so cool. I love that.
It's amazing. By the
And
way,
they're watching they're watching like this kind of made up slasher film, which I also love. I love when people do that.
it's not a real movie.
I don't think so.
Yeah, I don't think. Well, obviously they wouldn't have rights for anything.
But I love when people do that. They make up a movie within the movie. One example is in One Crazy Summer when they're going to the
Oh, yes.
drive-in and they're watching that guy. I don't know. There's like the slasher in that one. It's just very funny.
You
But
could
like,
tell.
but
yeah.
I love when there's like a slasher within like another horror movie. I think that's
Yeah.
so cool.
I think it's cool too.
Yeah.
The projectionist Hobbs. He's
Mhm.
checking the air vents.
Yeah. It's hot up there.
Yeah.
Something's wrong with the vents.
Yep. And
What
I love it
happens to
again.
him?
Again, man, those beautiful above,
Yeah.
those high angle shots, man, looking down at the characters. And essentially the camera is the Blob at that point because it flies down to
Yes.
his face.
Yeah.
And then, of course, Hobbs's face looks like Freddy's chest of souls in,
Yes.
in part 4 of
Oh,
Dream
yeah.
Master. Which, by the way, was the same year as this, I think.
Oh,
right?
was it really?
Wasn't it? I think it was.
88?
I think it was.
Maybe. That's funny.
So amazing. And maybe actually the first time you see a Chest of Souls actually maybe it's a nod to his previous film Dream Warriors because I
Oh,
think he does show
yeah.
a little bit of 3 and 4 have the Chest of Souls, like Freddy and I believe.
I love the fact that the kids are trying to just watch a slasher film. They're they're in there and they don't get a chance to be in the theaters and see these movies like this. And there's that one annoying guy behind them the whole time that's just yapping with this
Of
girl.
course, man.
So fucking annoying. I always
It's
give
real.
I give you a hard time when you talk sometimes in the theaters, but I really can't stand it when people talk.
Wait, but I talk outside in the lobby. I don't talk in the movie.
Yeah. But then that guy really, what happens to him, Matt?
Oh, Hobbs, you mean?
No, the guy in the theater that's
Oh,
yapping
please.
away.
He's done.
That he looks up and the Blob is up and just
Exactly.
like whoosh, grabs him and pulls him right up.
I love that, man. See, that's the kind.
That's a payoff that
That's
you
a
wanna
payoff.
see. Yeah, that's
Right.
great.
You don't want to
Yeah.
see anybody die, right? We're not
No.
sadists. But at the same time, people that deserve, like
Yeah.
Scott and that guy, who,
Yeah.
you know,
Then it's worthwhile.
maybe,
for sure.
maybe he doesn't deserve to die for being
No,
annoying in a
well,
movie theater.
but I thought so.
Yeah, definitely. So we talked about Dr. Meddows, Mike.
So Meg and the kids, they run into the sewers, right?
The sewer rescue, yeah.
Yeah.
So Kevin is Meg's brother. He's the one
Yes.
you mentioned was me and
Yep.
Mikey D in the kitchen
Mhm.
watching on the little screen there.
What does he say? He's crying, and he's like, "I'll never go to the movies again." He feels so guilty. I love that.
But
It's
then
so
his
good.
friend Kevin is devoured by the blob right in front of him,
I know. Yeah.
showing that children are not safe either from this thing.
No.
Like it doesn't discriminate,
Mm-mm.
right? Brian's rescue by riding his motorcycle. But now, Mike, I love how it comes back. Brian learns from his failed attempt to be a cool rider in the beginning, right? He's not Danny Zuko or whoever in the beginning, but he's over the top of the pipe to get around the blob, right? In that one scene.
When did he come up with that?
Dude, it's amazing though.
It's cool.
It really is.
Because at first you're like, "Why is he riding towards the blob?" And it doesn't make.
He
any
does
sense.
wipe out again after
He
he,
does,
after he gets, but he does get past it with Meg, so
He
it's
does.
good.
He's learning. He's learning.
He does. It's keeping Brian humble in the audience's eyes. You never want to make him.
And
too
he's
cool.
only going to get better on this bike, as we'll know. Coming up, something happens.
Oh, we got to get there. So, Mike, now there's a standoff in the street. I love this scene, man. Brian is pointing his gun at Meddows.
Yeah.
Meddows' henchman is looking at Brian.
Right.
And Deputy Briggs is pointing his gun at Brian, of course.
Yes, of course, because he hates him.
He hates his guts.
He hates him.
But
with
when
a
the henchmen
passion.
finally draw their weapons, Briggs turns his gun on the henchman.
Yes.
Like, it's a crazy, like, Reservoir Dogs
It's
type
very,
of a scene.
Yeah, it's very
Departed.
cowboy. Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, totally.
So then Brian explains to Briggs the meteor was man-made, a test that got botched by scientists. So you're starting to piece it together. Oh, this is why Meddows knows. This is Meddows. He's trying to cover up the mistake that obviously these guys
they
made,
screwed up, and
right?
yeah,
It's
they're gonna use
biological
this
warfare.
Yeah, they're using it for biological warfare.
So then, of course, Meddows finally. You're waiting for if anybody deserves, because he started this whole thing.
Yep.
That's wiping out this whole.
Oh
entire
yeah,
town.
he's
And
got to go.
He's got to go, right?
Yeah.
So great shot of him getting pulled into the manhole cover.
love it.
Yeah, it is really well
Oh,
done.
It's the biggest payoff of the movie.
You think
for
so?
Me, honestly, yeah.
I would tend to agree with you.
Yeah.
It's a really good
Because
one.
you really hate him at this point. You know what I mean?
He's despicable.
He really
as a
is.
human being.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So then, of course, the blob is sliding down the street, taking out multiple citizens, whether they deserve it or
Yep.
not.
Mm-hmm.
Deputy Briggs' death, Mike. Oh my God! I don't know if you remember this one specifically.
Remind me.
Reminds me of Sheriff Garris's death
Oh,
on
is this-
Friday 6. He
Is
gets
this when he
bent.
gets sucked in half?
So he's at the bookshelf or whatever.
Yes.
But remember how Sheriff Garris
Yes.
gets broken in half by
Yes.
he folds him over by the
Yep.
rock when he's hitting him with the rock.
Yep.
And then Jason just folds him over. It's like that.
But he just
He bends him like a folding chair through the
Yeah.
bookshelf. It's unreal.
crazy.
The effect.
crazy, so cool.
Oh my
I
god.
wonder how they did that one. It's got to be a fake body, obviously, but
It has to be, but it's a spectacular
yeah.
effect.
What about Meg goes like full Rambo?
Oh, Meg.
Dude, Meg like
Rambo.
literally goes Rambo.
She is inspired at the end of this movie. I
It's
don't know
great.
for Love Her Brian has inspired her somehow.
Well, she's the one that figures out how to kill these things too. She's the smart one.
I
that-
mean, Brian gets a
accidentally-
snowmaker truck, right?
well, no, she starts
That's
with
Moss. Doesn't he get the snowmaker truck from Moss?
yeah,
though?
but before that, Meg uses the fire extinguisher.
She does use the fire
and realizes that
that works.
yeah, that works because they
Yes.
tried the flamethrowers, it didn't work, and then of course Brian's gonna get Moss's truck and ruin something else
No-brainer.
of his.
Yeah.
You know, why does Moss need that? You know what I mean?
He charges on the
No respect for Moss's shit.
Yeah. He totally Moss ain't getting that back.
No.
He's not getting his
His socket
socket
wrench?
wrench back. He's
No.
not getting any of these things
Nope.
back. And the liquid nitrogen canisters, how much does these things cost?
That can't be cheap.
he turned the blob into
But think about it.
a
This
billion
is-
crystallized shards
This is
of
like
glass.
this is the lifeblood of this town.
Yeah.
If without making
It's
snow,
snowmaking, right.
Yeah, if they don't have snow on this mountain, this town is fucked.
But at this point, Mike, it's snowmaking versus we got.
I know,
we got
I
to
know.
rid the town,
of course,
and the world.
And
of
Moss
this
doesn't
evil
care
blob.
in the end. He makes a joke, I think, at the very end after he
He
sees his
does.
truck knocked over.
What do you think of the? What do you think of the ending of this movie?
The end with
End
the,
with
the Reverend.
Reverend, yes. He survived the blob attack.
I don't get why he would do that.
I like the doomsday sermon aspect of this.
That's very Stephen King to me.
It is. It is.
But
very
why
much.
would he,
Like
this guy?
revival almost? But
Is this Reverend so messed up now that he wants to take out? Like, is he going to like take out bad people with the blob? Is
I don't
that-
know. But he's got that small canister in
Yeah.
the back room, right?
Is he going to use it for good?
I don't know, Mike. By the way, this guy's an improv. Del Close was his name. He's like from Second City, Chicago, where Belushi, Aykroyd, Murray, all these guys.
That's amazing.
He's from that school, the Second City.
wow.
But where is the sequel, Mike?
I
this
know.
movie?
Because there
no-
were sequels.
Not
to
only
the
does it
original.
set up, no, where is this sequel?
Yeah, I know.
That's the only question I have
Someone
at the
should
end.
make it
Lingering.
now.
Do you think someone's going to make this?
Hey,
But then it's going to be digital.
well, no, it can't be digital.
But it has.
It can't be.
Well, some of this was, I imagine, digital.
I don't think so. In '88.
What did you make the blob out of? I mean, the blob had. To
Well, that's stop motion.
right. So
That's practical.
I got you. You're right.
You
No,
can do it.
You're right. But they won't do that now.
So let me ask you, what do you think the Reverend's going to do with this blob? What's your opinion on that?
Well, he's obsessed with it the whole movie.
Right.
He really is. And the fact that the fact that he survived it,
Mm-hmm.
I think he's even more fascinated.
So
with
it's
it
like
now.
he's gonna. But do you think he's gonna use it against like
I think he's
bad
gonna.
people, like
He's almost
sinners?
gonna become like a Meddows with it to like experiment with it and
He's
see
the
what
new
happens.
Meddows. That totally
But
makes
but
sense.
in it, but not the way Meddows has knowledge
Yes.
about it.
Right.
Like just inadvertently would do it because he's so obsessed with it, not because he's Meddows with all his
Sure.
knowledge and he misuses.
But
the
you
knowledge.
know it's not gonna go well.
It's not
You know
gonna
what I
go
mean?
well.
No, of course.
But I
not.
want the sequel, Mike.
I know. I do too. I think it would be great. It'd be awesome.
What do you think? You got that alien song, "Brave New World"
I
at the
love
end.
It. Yeah, dude,
It's a
that
really
song's
cool-
great.
Yeah, it's a great end credit. It's a classic end credit song.
It's like a song that I totally forgot about, and I heard it in the credits.
Oh,
I
that's
was
on
like,
my. It's on my soundtrack side 6 or something.
Oh,
list.
okay.
So
I
go
just
back and it's
I'll
definitely
have to
on
go
there.
back and listen to it.
Yeah, I chose that one.
Do you know that Paul, the actor who played Paul, you were talking about him before?
Donovan Leake Jr. Yeah.
He took Shawnee Smith, who played Meg, to his senior prom.
No
at
way.
Hollywood High.
Oh, how
Yeah.
great is that?
Yeah. Which I think is great. And then you talked about Kevin Dillon and Shawnee Smith both had hair extensions. I don't know if you.
Oh,
realize
Shawnee
that.
Smith as well.
Yeah, she had hair extensions as well, and I love
Okay.
Shawnee Smith. Do you know what other movie she's in?
I do, but I definitely
I'll
know
give
it.
you a hint. She was.
It's a '90s movie.
She was a teen that was pregnant.
It's not. She's having.
80s.
It's not having. She's having a baby.
No, you're thinking too literally.
Adventures in Babysitting.
It's a cast of characters in this movie. It's a movie that I show at school every year at the end of the year.
April Fool's Day.
Nope.
Summer School.
Summer
School. Yeah, of course.
She's the
of course.
pregnant,
She is indeed.
Yes, she's
Yeah.
pregnant. She has
That's
the baby.
right before this.
Yeah, exactly.
So she
I
went from
love
summer
that.
school to this. Mike, if you had to get a tattoo of this film, what would it be?
I'm going to get the poster of Paul being stretched by the blob. Do you have it too? Of course.
Absolutely, the iconic
Dude,
image
what
of Paul
other
trapped
image
inside
could
the
there
blob,
be?
straining against it. How can you have a better image than that?
Because you can't just have like the blob by itself. because it's
Mike,
going to
This
look
is
the reverse.
Scream Factory gives you
Is the reverse on there?
well.
We
The
need
reverse,
to flip it.
The
Flip it.
reverse.
Yeah, please flip it for me because it's
I
worth
definitely will do that because it has to be done.
Oh,
This
yeah,
is what
yeah,
I do to
yeah.
all my movies. I keep the case outside. If it has a slipcase with the new art, I always keep that outside.
Well, that's on the outside, and then flip it. Yeah,
But
I
then
love
I have
that.
this
So
on the
people watching the
inside.
video, and if you don't know, you can watch our video on Spotify.
So this is not the iconic.
Actually,
This is not the iconic Paul thing, though.
no,
this
that's not. You're
No.
right, but that's not the poster. The poster is Paul.
No, but this is a pretty cool.
Yeah, that is still pretty
image.
cool. But as I was saying, we don't mention it enough. This is a video podcast, so
It is.
you can watch this on Spotify, YouTube, and this would be the first episode, Matt.
Yes.
We will have a video version on Apple Podcasts.
Oh, nice.
So
Beautiful.
people, make sure you watch it. You
Video
can see
version, baby.
our thing there. So Matt, what are you going to pair this with?
Oh, I'm gonna
I've
pair
got
this.
such a good one, and you're going to be
I
surprised. by it.
mentioned the lonesome death of Geordie Verrill from Creepshow segment. I
Mhm.
think this really goes well with that
Okay.
as far as something landing from outer space and
Sure.
changing the landscape of the town around it. I think if you want to do since Frank Darabont wrote this, if you want to do a Mist,
Okay.
I think the Mist pairs really well with this. I know you don't like that movie as much, but I think it's as a monster, as a creature feature, like a drive-in movie type thing. If you want to do a drive-in double feature,
Right.
do the Mist and the Blob. And of course, the Thing and the Blob would also be a very good
Yeah, those are all good ones.
double
Yeah.
feature.
Mhm.
Superior. Like the Thing and the Blob are the two best special effects movies of the 80s.
Yeah.
That's not a bold statement. That's just the truth.
Right.
You know,
Mhm.
Go, what would you pair this with?
I'm going with, and this is for location alone. You ready?
Yeah.
Phantoms from '98.
Oh, it's a great one. Yeah.
So
Ben
talk about
Affleck.
10 years later, it's like the small kind of like
Colorado town, right?
Colorado town.
Yeah. It's a
Something
Dean
str-
Koontz book, by the way.
Yeah, it's a Dean Koontz book. But anytime I would watch Phantoms,
That's a
it
really
always-
cool movie.
It is good. Like
Yeah.
I need to watch that more.
Me too.
honestly.
I just don't know where's the stream right. I got to find it.
Yeah, I need to own that. If I don't
That's a
already,
great. That's
I
a
may.
great call.
Yeah, I thought that was a good one to pair with because
Yeah.
it's just location wise, it's the exact same.
You're
kind
right.
of town.
It is a really
Yeah.
cool
Even though
parallel.
I'm sure
town.
Phantoms wasn't filmed in Louisiana.
I'm sure it wasn't filmed in Louisiana. Probably was filmed in Colorado, actually.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
What is your rating for this, Mike?
Matt, I'm going with a 3.5.
Okay.
And it's just such a fun movie for me to watch. I love the setting of the small ski town. I went to school in Colorado, which
Yeah.
you know about and I've mentioned on the podcast before. I love the characters you talked about. The male characters are just really, really nice people.
Yeah.
I think Kevin Dillon did such a good job. Shawnee Smith really held her female role. I thought she was great.
She was great.
Characters that you really just wanted to make it, you know.
Except
it's-
for the movie theater guy and
Yeah, exactly.
Dr. Meddows.
It's a little
Scott.
dated with some of the stop motion stuff. Like when you see the blob move a little bit, there's
Yeah.
some of that stuff that you're just like, eh.
Well,
But-
that's why I was saying before, if they did it today, they wouldn't do stop motion.
But stop motion's so much better.
Yeah,
now
it's
that-
advanced, though.
Yeah, I think they could
The
do a better
technology's
job with it.
advanced.
You know what I mean?
That's
You,
fair.
you could add some digital to stop
I hope
motion.
you're right, Mike.
Yeah. But I do love the effects in this film. And when we get to our hot take, that's going to have something to do with effects. But the only reason why it wouldn't be a 4 for me is it's not like it's rewatchable, but it's not super rewatchable. This
Okay.
isn't like an every year. This is more like every couple years for me.
Okay.
So what do you got, Matt?
I'm giving it a 4 because to me it is that movie.
Okay.
As far as the 80s goes, this is one of, and you kind of know this too, this is one of my favorite 80s movies.
Mhm.
It's going to remember, the world will remember the Blob, Mike, for Tony Gardner's makeup effects, his crew that did a phenomenal job. Kevin Dillon's mullet, which of course is hair extensions, that kind of demystifies that a little bit. But it's truly one of my favorites. I mean, you have The Thing, you have The Fly, you have these remakes in the 80s where, oh my God, I mean, we got 3 of the best ones.
Yeah, absolutely.
But how dare I mention this in the same breath as The Fly and The Thing, because they are pieces of art.
Yeah.
And
really
this
are.
is not.
No.
But to me, they are, by the way, just before I get stoned to death and crucified, The Thing and The Fly are vastly superior films. I'm just
Okay.
going to put that out there, okay?
Is that
I'm not here to argue. I'm not here to
or-
argue that. They just are.
Okay.
Acting, you just take the acting alone. You Goldblum and Gina Davis. You have Kurt Russell.
Yes.
And all that huge ensemble and
ensemble
the
is
thing, which is
amazing.
phenomenal.
Yeah, it's great.
So that's leaps and bounds ahead of the
Of
Blob.
course.
But Mike, anyway, for me, I hate Blob. I choose you. If I'm rewatching something,
Yeah.
I'm going to choose this.
That's great.
Over
I
all
love
of
that.
those. I choose the cheese, the hair extensions, the special effects. It's fun. That's the other thing about this movie. It is fun.
It's really fun.
It's fun, man.
It's super fun.
It makes me happy as a genre fan to watch this, and I know that's high on your list. That's why I think you should start considering watching this on an annual basis.
Yeah.
Because the fun, you love the fun of horror, and I think this movie exemplifies that, and wears that proudly. So I'm 4 out of 5 for me.
That's great. Good job. So we did a horror hot take about the Lost Boys.
We did.
And we put out the vote
You
actually
won this one, hands down.
today for the Lost Boys.
I'm sure.
You ready for this, Matt?
I am.
All right. So your hot take was, I think this film executes setting better than any other vampire
film.
movie.
Yeah. Movie, yes.
Mine was, besides a few songs, the Lost Boys soundtrack kind of sucks.
Yes.
So Matt, the vote went to 75% you and 24% me.
You went, see, well, let me tell you what that means. You know what that means? That means you went hot, Mike.
I went
and
hot.
No, that's what that means. If you only get 25% of the vote, that means it's so hot people can't touch it.
Because you would be giving me a hard time. Like, you're not going hot. Your hot take's kind of safe.
No, I like that you went hot on this.
But I felt like yours was kind of safe.
But I've been listening. I was listening to when you said that, of course, the first thing I did was I listened to it.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
And I have to say, you have a point in a couple of those songs.
Right.
They're not great. Roger Daltrey's version is not good.
Oof.
I said this in the text
7
thread.
minutes long?
It's 6.5 minutes long.
It's ridiculous.
And as great a singer as Roger Daltrey is, this song, Don't Let the Sun Go on Me, is beautiful Elton John song. It exposes all of his weaknesses.
Yeah.
It's melodramatic.
Right.
It's schmaltzy. It just doesn't suit his voice at all.
Doesn't work for the movie.
No. So I agree with some of what you said about the hot take.
Yeah. That's good.
I'm part of that 25% maybe, but the 5 or 6 songs are just really.
They're great.
They're just so.
They're home runs. Yeah.
But the other two, Mike, I have to say, they use a lot of sax.
They do.
It almost undoes what people love about Tim Capello.
Capello, yeah.
So what you're saying is, I love Tim Capello's sax, but I don't like the other saxophone bits on the other songs. So I don't know.
Yeah.
So it's a tricky thing.
It's tricky. Yeah. It's tricky. Well, anyway, Matt, you get to go first. Congratulations. What's your hot take?
I guess it's another safe one.
Oh no.
I don't like being safe, but I thought this was kind of hot. But I said this movie deserved a sequel more than any other 80s horror movie.
I like that.
Including The Thing.
Ooh.
I think this movie deserves a sequel more than all of them.
That's good. Excellent. Mine, Matt.
Yeah, let me hear it, baby. Come on, lay it on me.
The Blob has the best practical effects in a horror movie from the 1980s.
What?
Yeah.
So better than Botine's Thing effects. Wow, you're never going to be hotter than that. That's the hottest take you can. I think these are both hot.
I think the effects in this movie are so good.
Yeah,
so good.
You're not going to get an argument.
I just had to throw it out there. You know what I mean? It's just, hey, what are you going to do?
In the spirit of hot takes, Mike is really committing to this.
I am, because you gave me a hard time for weeks.
I didn't give you a hard time. I was messing with you.
Yeah, I know. But anyway, so make sure you guys vote for that hot take. You know,
make sure. Mike says that the Blob has the best practical effects of all 80s horror movies, and I said that this movie deserved a sequel more than any other horror movies, including The Thing.
Absolutely. All right. So one thing before we wrap here, Matt, I want to say a couple things. We have an amazing fall planned for you guys, and I'm going to give you the rundown right now.
So we have this coming September, on the cusp of September here, we are going to be doing our movie of the month is going to be The Faculty we're featuring, and we're going to be doing it with our buddies John and Jamie from Horror Dads.
Yep. So that's September, right?
Yes, sir.
And October,
we have Trick or Treats 4 coming.
Yes, we do, which I'm so excited about. And our movie we're going to be talking about in October is
Blair Witch Project.
Blair Witch Project, which I can't wait for. And the end of October, Matt, we're going to release the date soon.
Yes.
And details of how to be a part of it. But what are we
doing?
doing?
The same thing that we've done the last 2 years. We're going to have our live call-in show to celebrate 45 years of Halloween 2.
Yes.
The nightmare isn't over yet.
So what we're going to do this time around is we are going to put out, if you want to be a part of the chat, we're going to put out sort of like a questionnaire that you have to fill out.
Yep.
Because we have a feeling, since we've done this a few years, we're going to have a lot of people that want to be a part of this.
Yep.
So we kind of, based on time and that kind of stuff, we just have to go through and kind of pick and choose who could be a part of it. So it'll almost be like, not a contest, but just like, hey, show us that you really want to be a part of this thing.
Correct.
And then we will let you know and give you the link, and then you could be a part of the show. And who knows, we may have some surprise guests on there as well. It's going to be fun.
Yeah.
So really looking forward to that. It's going to be awesome, you know?
Love it, man. I love it.
Before we get out of here, don't forget to check out our Patreon. It's very important. Patreon.com/Alone in the Dark podcast for bonus content and more creepy goodness.
And make sure to vote for that horror hot take of the episode. We need to know who got it right. You know me. And who was completely out of his mind, Mike, although he's getting hotter and better.
And also, if you're enjoying the show, leave us a rating and review on Apple Podcasts. It really helps people find us lurking out there.
And remember, if you find yourself alone in the dark, that's where it ends.